And with that, the gorilla grabbed a couple of the bars and pulled them real far apart, reached out and grabbed my sister-in-law and pulled her in a cage and started pulling her clothes off of her and hugging her and kissing her. She screamed to her husband, what am I supposed to do? He said, tell him you got a headache. High trapeze artists. And I used to catch my wife in the act 2 or 3 times a night. I'm sorry, I can't think of any other way to phrase that.
Many performers try to act intoxicated, but his unique style of slow, polite confusion completely redefined late-night comedy. Let's see how this legendary persona easily disarms his lies in maintaining absolute composure while delivering the most shocking personal statements on live television.
However, Mr. Rickles, you and I do have an indirect relationship. You see, I'm fooling around with your wife.
Political figures and high society events are never safe when a professional roaster takes the podium with such wonderful, slurred confidence.
A wonderful president, just as he made a wonderful vice president. And did you know that he was the most active vice president we ever had? He used to get up at 6 o'clock every morning so he could run down and collect his unemployment insurance.
Mixing deep, nostalgic affection with sudden, devastating insults is the ultimate trademark of his brilliant performance style.
I still remember the first time I laid eyes on Dimples here. We went out on a blind date. She was outdated and I was blind.
His incredible ability to turn ordinary life struggles into beautifully timed, chaotic masterpieces always keeps the audience guessing. Our deep dive into Foster Brooks' comedy world begins right now. 1. The art of being loaded. When Foster Brooks' lovable drunk totally broke Johnny Carson. Nothing is more iconic than the legendary 1975 drunk act on Carson's show. Let us see how this lovable guest makes the host struggle.
I beg your pardon, I haven't gotten to my blue mark yet. Well, friends, it's been I don't really, no kidding. Did anybody see us?
Setting up an absurd premise with such polite confidence is the key to his unique comedic charm.
Not just a very few weeks ago, a sister-in-law of mine, who happens to come from my wife comes from Buffalo. Oh, son of a gun. I thought I got the last one.
Extreme physical commitment to a ridiculous story always triggers the loudest laughter in late-night television.
And with that, the gorilla grabbed a couple of the bars and pulled them real far apart, reached out and grabbed my sister-in-law and pulled her in a cage and started pulling her clothes off of her and hugging her and kissing her. She screamed to her husband, what am I supposed to do? He said, tell him you got a headache.
A subtle slip of the tongue during childhood recollections quickly changes the energy of the conversation.
But, as I say, it takes me back to my childhood, and then now as I stand before you here tonight in my adulteryhood, just wonderful the memories I have back then when the early or late spring morning or early summer morning when they'd have the parade, you know, all 7 of my brothers would...
Transforming a chaotic public event into a brilliant joke is the ultimate sign of a genius performer.
Just as this last elephant got on the track, the fastest train that ever came through Louisville came through at the same time, and you never saw such a mess in all your life. Cost that railway company $4,300,000. They only killed 1 elephant, but they pulled the tail off of 18 other ones.
The host's absolute bewilderment is often the best reaction when a guest's story gets incredibly bizarre.
He said, two tails? And she said, yes, and he's pulling out my cabbages with one of them. And he said, well, what in the world is he doing with them? She said, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Using professional metaphors to joke about marital relationships always delivers a highly entertaining moment.
High trapeze artists. And I used to catch my wife in the act 2 or 3 times a night. I'm sorry, I can't think of any other way to phrase that.
The transition from the chaotic character to the sober reality of show business reveals his brilliant artistic dedication.
He's not trying to act like a drunk, and my character's not trying to act drunk.
Right.
And he knows the people are laughing. He doesn't know necessarily why or particularly care. You ask him to come out and say something, and he's out there.
Right.
So and then while they were introducing me, I just thought of that, and I said, I believe I'll try this. And I did, and people laughed embarrassingly at me. You know, they were laughing like this and looking like they were, oh my.
Finding massive national success later in life proves that true comedic talent is completely timeless.
Yeah, I was,
Well, you're super.
I was 59 years old the night I was on your show, and it was 3 years ago. So things
That's
have really,
incredible.
really gone sky high for me. I played with nothing but the best. Perry Como.
That's right.
Three nights ago, Bob Goulet. 2 nights ago, Wayne Newton. And last night, Roy Clark.
Shared family memories and clever storytelling often blur the line between reality and pure imagination.
And he held the watch down like this, and that's what any dog would come over and look, smell, whatever,
Right.
He said, it's 11 o'clock, get upstairs and go to bed. So he did that for a while until finally all he had to say was, Buster, and Buster would come look at the watch and go to bed. So now the man next door was over one night, and Roy Fisher was over home, and he said, Roy, do you know that's the smartest dog that ever lived? He said, what are you talking about? He said,
A sudden hilarious twist in the final punchline completely catches the presenter off guard.
and Roy Fisher said, by George, that's really something. I never saw anything like that. And Dad thought he'd go one better, He said, that's not all that dog does, and I'll show you that later, some other time. He said, what's that? He said, he also talks. Now, Roy Fisher said, oh, well, I know about that. Now, Dad didn't know where to go from there, And he says, well, how'd you happen to know about that? He said, my dog came home this morning and told me.
Acting so convincingly intoxicated while remaining incredibly charming is a masterpiece only he could deliver. 2. The Shoestring Trap, Foster Brooks's savage audience, revelations on Johnny Carson. 3. The Ultimate Thanksgiving Insult, Foster Brooks's savage roasting of Don Rickles.
Very much. As the Puerto Rican gentleman just told you, I have never met Don Rickles. In fact, he's probably wondering what I'm doing here.
Let's pause the Carson stories for a moment because Brooks targeted many other celebrities, and even the legendary insult comic Don Rickles could not escape this lovable drunk.
He's never heard of me, and our paths have never crossed. However, Mr. Rickles, you and I do have an indirect relationship. You see, I'm fooling around with your wife.
A shocking declaration of personal intimacy instantly turns the traditional roasting event into an incredibly tense family drama.
John, I really must compliment you on your spouse, Mrs. Pickles. I say that because she's a real dilly. And I must also admit you have a very lovely home. Incidentally, you're out of scotch.
The guest's bold criticism of his host's hospitality continues to blur the boundaries of basic social politeness.
Do you know, Don, what your wife and I love to do most? Watching you while you're on TV. When you're on, we just laugh and chuckle and giggle. And sometimes we even turn the sound on.
A seemingly innocent habit shared by two conspirators delivers another painful blow to the presenter's professional pride.
She tells me that since she's been Mrs. Rickles, she says every day with you is Thanksgiving. By golly, that's what she gets for marrying the turkey.
A brutally honest description of their married life finally delivers the ultimate comedic insult of the entire evening. 4. My Old Broad, the most hilariously awkward tribute to Betty White ever recorded. Welcome to one of late night's most legendary roasts, where the master of simulated intoxication, Foster Brooks, takes the podium to completely disarm the beloved Betty White.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Betty White's former fiancé. Thank you very much, Dipso.
The host's formal presentation of a surprise guest immediately shifts the energy of the room, preparing the audience for a chaotic reunion.
The old broad I used to mess around with. Now this lovely creature and I go way back.
Bold, highly questionable declarations about their past relationship continue to test the boundaries of public politeness.
I laid eyes on Dimples here. We went out on a blind date. She was outdated and I was blind.
A clever play on words regarding their very first meeting highlights the performer's incredible mastery of deadpan delivery.
2 o'clock in the morning doing the same old thing. Throw the stick in the water and I'd fetch it.
A brilliant, self-deprecating final punchline leaves the star and the entire guest panel in absolute stitches, cementing his legendary status. 5. The 6 a.m. alarm. Foster Brooks exposes the vice president's true work ethic. Just when you thought the roasts were over, the master of simulated intoxication takes things even further, putting none other than the former vice president of the United States on the hot seat.
Hi, Hubie. I still can't figure out how the heck we lost.
A sudden, brilliant excuse about political timing quickly captures the attention of the high society crowd.
The same day Nixon was. One day, either way.
The guests' questionable mathematical logic regarding the election results continues to keep the audience guessing.
Had voted for him. Had voted for him. For the senator. We would have won, that's all.
Bold declarations about his students' early political ignorance immediately spark waves of laughter across the room.
My friends, I taught him everything he knows about politics. Before I got a hold of him, he thought Henry Cabot Lodge was a motel.
A direct jab at the politician's famous work ethic delivers another highly entertaining moment for the listeners.
A wonderful president, just as he made a wonderful vice president. And did you know that he was the most active vice president we ever had? He used to get up at 6 o'clock every morning so he could run down and collect his unemployment insurance.
A playful comparison with other scandal-plagued politicians serves as the perfect build-up to his final punchline.
And unlike other politicians, you never hear any stories about Humphrey and broads. Because I'm the one who paid them all off.
His unparalleled ability to bring warmth and relentless humor to the most serious political settings solidified his genius. 6. When a lovable drunk ruined a live music award show. Taking his famous, simulated intoxication to the prestigious stage of the 14th Annual Academy of Country Music Awards in 1979, the legendary Foster Brooks completely rewrote the rules of live television broadcasting.
Thank you very much, Mr. McLeod. It's truly an honor to be here tonight. It's nice being here tonight among such big shots.
A sudden shift from polite formal greetings to completely absurd instructions instantly leaves the star-studded audience questioning what they are actually witnessing.
Will forfeit his G-string. If anyone picker, male or female, has a 7-10 split in the 10th frame, that person must pick up.
His incredible ability to weave popular gossip with bizarre sports metaphors continues to push the boundaries of live award show decorum.
Of the year, and there have been a few bets made also. And Dolly Parton, Loretta Lynn, a whole bunch of them. But I'm not making any bets because nobody told me the point spread on.
Even when interrupted by a highly professional disembodied voice, the persistent performer refuses to let go of his chaotic, playful control.
Well, actually, I knew all that. And as a true lover of country music, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the Academy for asking me to be a part of tonight's festivities. And good luck to all the nominees, with the exceptions of those I don't like.
7. Behind the Red Nose, the unbelievable real life of Foster Brooks.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Milton Metz, and I'm very pleased to be your host here in Louisville, Kentucky this evening for Bywords. Very pleased for many reasons. One, because I got a chance to interview one of my favorite comedians, but also one of my very dear friends. He's Louisville's favorite son in show business, and that's Foster Brooks.
Beyond his loud, public persona, the legendary Foster Brooks sits down for a highly personal, extended interview in 1984 to reveal his true self.
Well, she laughs at everything I do, I'd say, and that's one reason we don't have any children.
You're starting off with me, right?
Well, we have children. She didn't laugh twice.
Does she think you're a funny man?
A candid confession about his domestic life instantly changes the tone from professional respect to lighthearted humor.
And when I tell it on the stage, when I started telling with Perry Como 13 years ago in Las Vegas, it took me 3 minutes to tell it. So I embellish it, on it, and it just makes for a better story. Get in that character that I portray, the Lush. Why the Lush enables me to get more laughs out of a joke on the way to the big blast off.
It's tough, though.
True artistic perfection often requires transforming a simple comedic idea into a meticulously developed, beautifully paced narrative.
Some time ago, I saw a young comedian. I say young comedian, I think he's in his 40s, but for the first time, a young man by the name of Freddie Roman. Right. I saw him for the first time, as I say, and he had me laughing. I mean, he had me, people could hear me laughing because the man was extremely funny and a delightful comedian. And especially, I liked him especially because he didn't say one blue word in the whole routine that he had. And
showing deep appreciation for clean comedy demonstrates his high standards and respect for the timeless traditions of the craft.
Catapult you into the big time.
Well, I was 59 years old before it happened to me, and I accidentally fell into the comedy as you know me now, the comedian, the lush and this, that, and the other. Somebody wanted me to do...
Achieving massive national success later in life proves that perseverance and undeniable talent are never restricted by age.
Involving a couple of German soldiers, something like that. I would talk with a German accent, you know, and if there was an Irishman, I'd go into the Irish, or English, I'd go into the Irish, or the English sound, and down home sound, you know, a couple of country boys talking, you know. I just use those voices to make it sound more real.
Utilizing highly specific vocal techniques and regional speech patterns helps create a much more believable and engaging connection with listeners.
I bought a new tuxedo, yeah, 2 of them.
Do you remember what he paid you for the engagement?
$2,500.
Wow.
Yeah.
For
the
just,
week.
what, a week?
For the week, yeah.
And soon you were making more than 10 times that. But that money must
Yes.
have been singularly...
Oh, my goodness. They didn't take any...
Transitioning to prestigious venues and securing historic paychecks reflects the true commercial value of his unique comedy.
Was it when you went to England?
Oh, well, I forgot about that. Yeah, when I went with Bob Hope over to London, England, it was just...
Were they more stunned than anybody?
They were embarrassed for me, and...
That's the stage you go through first, right?
Mm-hmm,
they can't believe their eyes.
They didn't... Bob just introduced me as oh, by the way, in our audience we have.
Performing in front of highly conservative, international crowds often creates an amusing, initially awkward atmosphere of cultural confusion.
I said, well, when I walk on the stage and start speaking, I will appear as though I've been drinking. She says, oh, and hit me on the chest and said, oh, that. Because she was half loaded at the time.
Oh, gosh.
Meeting prominent members of foreign royalty produces some of the most memorable, physically expressive interactions of his career.
And they wanted me on November 19th, 2 years ago, for a command performance before the royal family. And I said, what's the date? He told me, and I said, I'm sorry, I promised a friend of mine that I'd go fishing with him on that date, and I won't be able to make it. Well, a lot of people think, my heavens, you pass up something like that, an honor like that, but...
Prioritizing personal friendships and promises over historic career honors demonstrates the deep, admirable principles of his character.
As far as I went.
Did you not finish high school?
Oh, no. No, I failed every subject every month for a year.
But I don't know anybody who's more meticulous about pronunciation than you.
Well, I don't know where it came from. I guess my experience in radio. And I'm sure that I make errors in my grammar from time to time, but...
Despite his lack of formal education, his strict, meticulous demands for linguistic perfection highlight an unexpected level of intellectual rigor.
From the station there, and tonight's going to be, let's see what it's going. Tonight it will be dark, turning to light in the morning. About 7 o'clock. The sun will rise if it's lucky. I don't know.
Listen, when people say, don't make...
These legendary, delightfully awkward late-night encounters showed the true magic of classic television comedy. Which of these timeless moments made you laugh the hardest? Let us know below and subscribe for more classic gold.